when they're talking about AI and all the things that AI can do for you now, it's just people are getting papers written. They're getting busted all the time because ChatGPT is writing them. Any answer to kind of anything. It can code websites instantaneously.
It can do your voice. It can replicate your voice.
The Google one can't show white people, though.
Really?
Which is a real issue.
That's
no,
fair.
really? You didn't know this?
No.
Oh, dude. Are
can't.
you ready for this?
Google
they asked the Google one to show images of World War II Nazi soldiers.
Yeah.
And they made it all woke. So they made like a Native American Nazi. They have an Asian lady Nazi. They have a black man Nazi.
You are describing the perfect punk album cover from the 80s.
Bro, it couldn't describe the founding fathers of the United States.
Well, they were men, but were they? Did they identify as men?
You have to see some of these pictures. You got any, Jamie?
I'm trying to find. I mean, I know I was seeing it on Twitter. So
here's my question to you, and this is the perfect place to ask this question about cell phones. Do you think there's any chance that cell phones are weapons from aliens that disarm us because we're all looking down and they know it can use our emotions, like a grenade that takes a long time to explode, where they're just like because we each have them.
Right.
Everyone because I love alien shit, and you're like, well, there's got to be some alien technology. If they're watching us, they just drop some. They're like, hey, you guys want to watch them get f***ed up? Let's give them cell phones.
Look at that.
That's great.
Founding Fathers of America.
This summer,
I
George
like how one of them
Washington.
is a Native American. Like that's like saying a Holocaust victim
was a Nazi.
Yeah, that's so crazy to say that's one of the founding fathers of the United States. No, that's who he stole the land from.
Yeah, this was
What
theirs.
are you talking about?
He goes,
look at the images of Vikings.
Dude, that's great.
A Samoan dude and a black lady.
Yeah.
Look at the popes. An Indian woman and an African man. It's amazing.
This is hilarious. Google Gemini. That's so funny. Google Gemini's like, I don't want to say it.
That's not good because you are messing with the fiber of reality to fit in with your ideology, and you shouldn't be doing that if you're in control of artificial intelligence. It's supposed to be an artificially intelligent program that takes all the information in the world and gives you a take on things, right? It's not supposed to be an indoctrination tool. You can't use it to.
So you're saying no opinions. It should be a regurgitation, not an opinion.
You can't fucking lie about who the founding fathers were.
Man, but can you imagine if you could use AI to make it yourself look awesome? If you're just like any AI Dan Soder stuff, you're like 7 foot tall, could dunk easy, run up and down the court.
Show me the one where they showed the Nazi soldiers, because the Nazi soldiers one is the most preposterous. Look at this, bro. Look at this.
An Indian Nazi nurse.
Like the darkest African-looking man you've ever seen.
Was the top left their attempt at a white guy, and they were just like, we can't even do it?
I think the top left is a white guy. So they gave you one white guy when it came to German soldier. But then you got an Asian lady.
Yeah.
You got an Asian lady Nazi? What?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you saying?
Yeah.
What the fuck did you just say? Do you know what a Nazi is? How are you so dumb and yet so smart?
Yeah.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life.
We're going to need to hope that robots stay that way when they turn on us, that there's still some stupidity in them so we can win.
It's this weird white thing that they have a problem with white people.
Yeah.
It's so bonkers.
You also just don't know, like, the programming. Like, people can program this. At what point does AI get away from people? At what point does AI, because you remember that thing where they had.
I want you to imagine a world where it was the opposite. I want you to imagine a world where you said, show me Muhammad Ali, and it shows you this white guy.
Didn't they like do that with like rock and roll? Weren't they like, hey, black music, but it's a white guy?
Well, for sure, that was the criticism of Elvis.
Yeah, that he stole rock and roll.
Like Ray Charles never liked Elvis. Like Ray Charles would talk shit about Elvis.
Really?
Yeah. You never see Ray Charles talking shit on Elvis?
I want to see
Bro,
that.
You got to see it. It's amazing. With his sunglasses on, talking shit.
But it'd be for effect if he took them off and looked at the camera. He's like, look at me. He's got the blind eyes. Fuck Elvis Presley.
Look into my gray eyes.
Like an oracle. I'm going to touch you.
He grabs your wrist and takes his
Okay. Not necessarily. You know better than I.
Yeah.
Let me ask it differently. How good was Elvis?
What Elvis did, he caused a lot of the populace, if you want to, and usually when people say populace, they usually mean white people. to start listening to a lot of music that normally they wouldn't have been listening to. And black people been going out shaking their behind for centuries. And what the hell's unusual about that shaking their hips and stuff? And that's all Elvis was doing, was copying that. And he was doing our kind of music. That's black music. So what the hell am I supposed to get so excited about, man? He's the king and he's the... I piece of bunk.
Dude, it's funny that
punk.
I don't know about Elvis because I've gotten enough trouble as it is. I think he...
everybody
Called Elvis a punk.
everybody in entertainment has that where they go like, yeah, he did this,
Yeah.
but also let's stop sucking his dick. Everyone, anyone in
Yeah.
entertainment
Yeah.
has that exact muscle,
Yeah.
that response muscle. Of
Yeah.
like, so he's the king. You're like, he ain't the fucking king. It might be off microphone, but everyone, Cat Williams is off.
Right, but in his case, this is a totally different time in history. You got to think of that was like if you were a really good black artist, you actually couldn't get on TV.
Yeah,
It wasn't like today,
Yeah,
where
they're
these black artists are hugely successful.
they're like, no, it's just not happening.
Back then, you were not going to make it.
Yeah.
And they were going to really promote this white guy.